we move on to question number 4. A plane is flying at a height of 5,000 meters above the sea level. At a particular point, it is exactly above a submarine floating 1200 meters below the sea level. What is the vertical distance between them? Here you can see the picture of a plane flying in the sky and the depth of the submarine inside the water is given. Now, above the sea level, we use the positive integer, and below the sea level, we use the negative integer. So, this height is 5,000 meters above the sea level. The plane is at a 5,000 meters above the sea level. So, this is plus this distance from sea level. The distance of the plane is 5,000 meters, and the depth of the submarine, that is below the sea level, it is 1200 meters. So this will be the depth of the submarine will be minus 1,200 meters, and we have to find the difference between these two distances. So 5,000 minus 1,200, so that the total distance comes out to 6,200 meters. Let us see this. Height of the plane flying is 5,000 meters and depth of the submarine is 12,000 meters. Distance between them is 5,000 minus 1,200, that is 6,200 meters. Now, if we move on to the next question, I think we have not done question number 3. So, we will do that first. Question number 3. Question number 3 says, at Srinagar, the temperature was minus 5 degrees on Monday and then it dropped by 2 degrees on Tuesday. What was the temperature of Srinagar on Tuesday? On Wednesday, it rose by 4 degrees centigrade. So, what was the temperature on Wednesday also? So, we have to find the two temperatures. First, we will see that the temperature of Srinagar was minus 5 degrees on Monday. मतलब Monday कितना temperature था? Minus 5 degrees था, और Tuesday और कम हो गया, 2 डिग्री और कम हो गया. That means minus 5 minus 2, that is minus 7 degrees हो गया. माइनस में हमको और minus 2 करना है, तो that will be minus minus plus, that is 7 degrees minus 7 degrees centigrade. और Wednesday को उसके बाद क्या हुआ? Again it rose by 4 degrees, मतलब temperature 4 degrees बढ़ गया. तो minus 7 plus 4. अगर drop होगा then it is minus, and if the temperature rises then it is a plus. अगर ड्रॉप इन टेम्परेचर है तो उसको हम रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे माइनस से, और अगर राइज इन टेम्परेचर है तो उसको हम रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे प्लस से. सो दैट इज minus 7 plus 4, दैट इज minus 3 degrees सेंटीग्रेड. तो वेंसडे को जो टेम्परेचर रहा वो 3 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड रहा. ट्यूसडे को minus 7 था, और उस minus 7 से plus 4 डिग्रीज हुआ. दैट मीन्स minus 6 minus 5 minus 4 and minus 3 degrees centigrade. So we can solve this sum like this. Temperature of Srinagar on Monday was minus 5. Temperature dipped by 2 degrees. So the temperature of Srinagar on Tuesday was minus 5 minus 2, that is minus 7 degrees centigrade. Now it rose by 4 degrees centigrade on Wednesday. So the temperature on Wednesday increased by 4 degrees. So plus 4 degrees हो गया. So temperature on Wednesday was minus 7 plus 4 degrees, that is minus 3 degrees centigrade. Now we move on to the 5th question. Question number 5 says, Mohan deposits rupees 2,000 in his bank account and withdraws rupees 1,642 from it the next day. यहाँ पर डिपॉजिट किया. अगर डिपॉजिट है तो पॉजिटिव इंटीजर, और विड्रॉल है, अगर बैंक में पैसे डिपॉजिट किए तो प्लस हो जाएगा, और अगर बैंक में से पैसे निकाले, विड्रॉल मीन्स दैट यू हैव टेकन आउट द मनी फ्रॉम योर बैंक अकाउंट, तो दैट इज़ योर माइनस. सो माइनस 1,642. If the withdrawal of the amount from the account is represented by negative integer, then how will you represent the amount of deposited? Find the balance in Mohan's account after the withdrawal. अगर हम withdrawal को अगर negative integer से represent करते हैं तो हम deposit को किससे represent करेंगे? Obviously by a positive integer. मतलब हम positive sign के साथ represent करेंगे deposit को. अब मोहन के account में कितना balance रहा? अगर 2,000 deposit किए और next day 1,642 rupees उसने विड्रॉ किए, तो उसके अकाउंट में कितना बैलेंस रहा, दैट यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट. Now here you can see amount deposited by Mohan is rupees 2000 and amount withdrawn is 1642. So what is the balance in Mohan's account? 2000 minus 1642. So 2000 is plus and minus is 1642. I have written here the signs to show that the withdrawal is represented by minus and deposit by plus. So 358 rupees are left in Mohan's account. The last question, Rita goes 20 kilometers towards east from a point A to point B. She moves from point B, she moves 30 kilometers towards the east along the same road. If the distance towards the east is represented by positive integer, then how will you represent the distance traveled towards west? By which integer will you represent her final position from A? Now here you can see the position is given. This is the A point and from where Rita moves towards the B point. ये B point और A point के बीच में जितना distance है वो है 20 kilometers. This is towards the east direction. ये direction कौन सी है? East की direction है and this is the direction of the west. From point B she moves 30 kilometers towards the west. That means यहाँ पर जो representation किया है because it is east तो यहाँ 0 से यहाँ पर आएगा वो positive आएगा और यहाँ पर west is on the left side so the distance we will represent in the minus or negative integer. So from B she moves 30 kilometers towards the west. So how much, what is the position? How we will represent the position of Rita towards the west? Now from point A to B distance is 20 kilometers, that is plus 20. From point B she moves towards the west, that is minus negative integer, so that will be minus 30 kilometers. Therefore distance traveled towards west is minus 30 plus 20, that is minus 10 kilometers towards the west. That means minus 10 kilometers, that means Rita will travel, मतलब B से जो है 30 kilometers travel करेगी, तो point B से जो उसने कितना travel किया 30 kilometers, मतलब towards the west she traveled 10 kilometers. So minus 10 kilometers towards the west. माइनस है इसलिए वेस्ट की डायरेक्शन में है, प्लस होगा तो ईस्ट की डायरेक्शन में होगा. So dear children, today exercise 1.1 we will end up here. The remaining questions I'll explain on the next turn. Now we'll start with the workbook part. And we'll start with the workbook. This is your Vikas Mathematics workbook for Standard 7. Today in this also we are going to start with the first lesson, that is your integers. All of you will write today's date and classwork in the workbook and then start your work. Now dear children, we will first do the blanks. These are the blanks. Fill in the blanks as to make the each sentence correct. Now the integers from a bigger collection of numbers which contains whole numbers and the negative numbers. तो integers क्या होते हैं? Integers एक numbers का बहुत बड़ा collection है जिसके अंदर whole numbers भी include होते हैं और negative numbers भी include होते हैं. When two negative integers are added, we get a negative integer only. That I've already explained. Product of additive inverse of minus 3 and additive inverse of minus 5 is as. Now what is the first of all additive inverse of 3 is minus 3 is 3 and additive inverse of minus 5 is 5. That means we have to find the product of 3 and 5. Multiply 3 and 5, 5 3s are 15. 8 multiplied by minus 7 is equal to 1 multiplied by minus dash. Now 8 sevens are is 56, but here the 7 is minus, so it's negative integer, so 8 sevens are 56. This is equal to 1 multiplied by minus 56. Why it is minus 56? Because here you can see these two sides are equal, so here also it has to be this. If this is minus 56, this has to be minus 56 only. तो यहाँ पर 1 दिया हुआ है, पॉजिटिव इंटीजर है, तो यहाँ पर जो दूसरा नंबर आएगा obviously it has to be a negative integer and that has to be 56 because here 8 sevens I is 56. Number 5, to add positive and negative integers, take their dash and sign of a bigger number. Now to add a positive and a negative integer, take their difference. अगर हमको एक positive और एक negative integer को ऐड करना है तो हम क्या करेंगे, हम उनका डिफरेंस लेंगे. प्लस माइनस इज ऑलवेज इक्वल टू माइनस. सो वी विल टेक दैट डिफरेंस एंड देन वी विल राइट द साइन ऑफ द बिगर नंबर. मतलब हम बड़े नंबर का साइन लिखेंगे अगर प्लस का नंबर बड़ा है. If negative integer is bigger, we will the sign of a negative integer, and if the positive integer is bigger, then we will write the sign of a positive integer. तो हम पॉजिटिव लिखेंगे आंसर में. Starting from 0, if you move 3 units to the west direction on a number line, you get -3 इंटीजर. यहाँ पर ईस्ट है इस तरफ और इस तरफ वेस्ट है. स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम 0 वी मूव 3 नंबर्स टूवर्ड्स द वेस्ट, 1, 2 एंड 3. तो कौन सा नंबर आएगा, -3 इंटीजर आएगा. अ पेयर ऑफ इंटीजर्स हुज सम गिव्स 0 आर कॉल्ड एज डैश ऑफ ईच अदर. मतलब अगर कोई भी दो पेयर ऑफ इंटीजर्स हैं उसके साइन ऑपोजिट हैं. अगर एक प्लस है तो एक माइनस है. जैसे एक +3 है द अदर इज -3, तो दे आर कॉल्ड एज द एडिटिव इनवर्स ऑफ ईच अदर. एज आई एक्सप्लेन यू दैट एडिटिव इनवर्स ऑलवेज लीड्स टू 0. -3 and +3 is always equal to 0. Now here dash is equal to plus -18 is equal to 12. Now here we have to fill the blank. Which number we have to fill here, that we have to see, because this is 30. I have written 30, but how I have found out, I'll tell you. This is -18 is equal to 12. So we'll take this number to this side. This -18 will become +18. When the numbers are shifted from left hand side to right hand side, the signs change. If it is positive, it will become negative, and if it is negative, it will become positive. So here from left hand side, -18 is going to move to right hand side. So this will become +18. So 12 plus 18 is equal to 30. So 30 plus -18 is equal to 12. 30 बड़ा है और ये पॉजिटिव है. सो 30 minus 18 is equal to 12. Next is, if -1 is multiplied given number of times, even number of times, that means 2 times, 4 times, 6 times, 8 times, that is the even number of times, then the product is equal to 1. Why it is equal to 1? Because when we multiply minus numbers even times, जैसे कि माइनस को अगर हम 2 टाइम्स करते हैं तो -1 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय -1 इज ऑलवेज इक्वल टू +1. -2 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय -2 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय -2, if we multiplied by 4 times, then minus minus plus, again plus minus is minus, and minus minus is again plus. So even times अगर हम जो माइनस नंबर को, नेगेटिव इंटीजर को अगर हम मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं तो उनका जो प्रोडक्ट आता है, that is always a positive integer. That is -1 multiplied even times, it will be, a product will be +1. Additive inverse of a is -a. The product of a negative integer and 0 is always a 0. As you all know that any number multiplied by 0 is always a 0. The product and the sum do not depend upon the grouping of the integers. That means the sum, the product and the sum. Product means multiplication and sum means the addition of integers, does not depend upon the type of the group of integers it belongs to. And the last one is -1 multiplied by 225, that is equal to -225. Now this is equal to 5 multiplied by dash. Now first of all, how we have to find this blank? 225 को हम 5 से डिवाइड करेंगे तो जो आंसर आएगा वो आंसर यहाँ पर हमको ब्लैंक में लिखना है, that is equal to -45. Why? Because here it is -1 multiplied by 225 will be -225, and here the minus sign is not given. That means we have to write a negative integer over here. So this is -45. So dear children, these blanks you will write it in the workbook also and one time in your notebook also.